Shalom, shalom. First and foremost, I want to give all the praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, Bahasham, Yahweh Shai, Bahasham, Rachakwadash. Double honors to the apostles, the elders of Great Millstone. Salutations, much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. This is another lesson from your brother Chayin Apash. And this one is going to be entitled, The Christian Church Was Set Up to Pacify Jake's lion-like spirit. Okay, the Christian church was set up to pacify Jake's lion-like spirit. Okay, because this is the time when Judah, specifically Judah, because this is the time when Judah was in a lion-like spirit towards Esau. You know, he wasn't playing no games. Okay. Let's go to this video, and then I'm going to read the comment. I'm going to not read the comments. I'm going to read the scriptures, okay?
Go ahead, son.
As I was going back to see, he pointed out for me that I could go back when I want to. Go back to where? Huh? Go anywhere.
Sir, could you stand up? We can't hear you. Could you stand up over there by the microphone?
You mean to Africa? Do you mean to Africa? Do you mean to Africa? We are not Africans no more. You have raped our great-grandmothers and stuff and changed us. Finish. Let me finish. And gave us a name as a Negro. I am not a Negro. A Negro is a person with a slave at the man. I just want to tell you that. And don't say nothing else to me.
Sir?
My name is Reginald Dobbs. I live at 3319 Maple. One of the ghettos areas that was pointed out in the film. I'd like to direct a question to Reverend Mitchell. Do you think that we will be satisfied with the jobs they are giving us?
Yes, son, I think so. Simply because we are asking that you be trained on the job, and they start you off with a certain salary start rates, and you would be promoted up to the maximum.
No,
of the job.
I don't believe that.
Right.
The white man is gonna keep you where he got you. You're not going
That's
no
right.
higher than he wants you to go.
That's right.
And we ain't gonna settle for nothing but all the way. About this violence and non-violence, I'm for violence. Because we have pleaded for the last 400 years.
Mr. Meek said you did not speak for it. How would you talk to a young boy like that?
Well, I would say I would definitely have to use the Bible, Mr. Young.
Yeah.
Well, this is my own way.
I ain't no Uncle Tom.
Well,
See,
salvation.
you can't brainwash me.
Jesus said, first you seek the kingdom of heaven and his righteousness, all of these things will be added.
Heaven is on earth, mind you, brother.
That's right. That's right.
Where you gonna go when we start revolution? Whose side are you gonna be on? Are you still gonna be on your knees begging for us jobs?
As Mr. Meek said, he wouldn't just die standing on his feet rather than to die on his knees. I will die standing up for God. Let God
Shut up.
Okay.
Shut your
Have
bitch
God
ass
ever
up.
told you to let this white man rule you like he is?
Woo!
Well, young man, you first must be born again. God is a
No, I
spirit.
ain't born again. I ain't got to be born.
Your first must be born. See, that was that Uncle Ruckus. See, this is probably where they got Uncle Ruckus from. This nigga, dog. This kid, you first gotta be born again. You clown. Salakia, go. Let's play that again. That clown.
Well, young man, you first must be born again. God is a
No, I
spirit.
ain't born again. I ain't got to be born again. See, I was born in a new generation. Your mother could have brainwashed you, but can't nobody brainwash me. I'm ready. It's gonna take young boys like us to win the revolution.
The white people realize today that they was wrong for enslaving the Negro. The great man, let me out finish. I'll wait. Why, if you so militant and so intelligent, why don't you keep your mouth shut?
I'll tell you why, Reverend Mitchell, because I'm sick and tired of you standing up there on a television camera.
Right. See, Jake was in a fighting spirit, and they set the Christian church up to pacify you Negroes, man. This is what Christians again. Okay? And then you got the rest of these raccoons popping up trying to fight with him. These are these raccoons right here. Because what happened after integration? You Jakes got exponentially worse. You were way worse off. Okay? You had less. You had less businesses. And just like those young Jakes said, Esau, he's only going to keep you down. He's not going to make sure that he's not going to let you to rise above him or on his level. Are you crazy? That's not what his job is. His job is to keep you on the bottom. That's why you don't run you're the one that created the music industry. You're the one that created all this music, these music genres. Why are you not at the head and as decision making when it comes to the music? Because Esau's keeping you on the level he wants you to be on. This is Psalm 62:4. It says they only consult to cast him down from his excellency. They delight in lies. They bless with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. Salah. You see? So, you know, they might say, oh yeah, the white man, he understands he was wrong and he you know, for slavery, and he wants to offer you jobs. He blessed with their mouth, but they curse inwardly. They're not looking to help you, man. That's why them Edomites were sitting there silent. Okay? Esau's not here to help you. Esau is here to make sure that you stay on the bottom. He's your enemy. He's set up to destroy you. When you read Psalms 82, right? It tells you about our enemies. And the number one enemy are these Edomites. That's the number one enemy. Psalms 83, excuse me. The number one enemy are these Edomites. Okay? This is Psalms 83:2. It says, for lo, thine enemies make a tumult. Matter of fact, I'll start at 1. It says, keep not thou silence, O Most High. Hold not thy peace and be not still. The Most High, be not still, O Most High, excuse me. For lo, thine enemies make a tumult, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more in remembrance. So they're looking to cut you off. They're not looking to help you. Okay? So just like when they had the juice, they said, we got to give it to the blacks, Latinos, and Native Americans first. You know, what did they say? The less fortunate. You know, we got to give it to them first. Yeah. You think that was to help you? Well, you can see the results of that now. You know, you got people unwillingly doing the Harlem Shake, man. You know, you've seen the results. People being destroyed through those things. This man is not set up to help you. If he's telling you he's going to help you, you need to examine, you know, what is his true agenda. And that's why them Jakes back then, they had the right mentality, man. They had the right mentality. These are young Jakes, you know, back then. They had that fighting spirit, but Jake has lost this spirit. The average Jake is not in this spirit at all. Esau has successfully pacified you Jakes through the Christian church and through integration. He has successfully pacified you. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee, the tabernacles of Edom and the Ishmaelites of Moab and the Hagarenes. Right? So the first one that's named as the enemy is the Edomites. Okay? Gabal and Ammon and Amalek. That's the small hats, which are also Edomites that run everything. The Philistines with the inhabitants of Tyre, Assur also is joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot Salah. Okay, so they're all against you, especially the Edomites. Okay, so those Jakes, those young Jakes, were in the right spirit, because the scriptures say, "Never trust thine enemy." You know, for as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness. So they were in the right spirit, man. They were in that lion-like spirit that they wanted to get you Jakes out of that spirit. This is Genesis 49 in verse 4. It says, verse 5. What's going on here? 5. It says, verse 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 verse 9, Salakia. It says, Judah is a lion's whelp. From the prey, my son, thou art gone up. You know, a lion's whelp is a young lion, a very young lion, you know. You know, he's full of energy, full of virality, but Judah has left from the prey. You know, he says he stooped down, and the prey is Esau and the other nations, right? He stooped down, he couched as a lion, and as an old lion, who shall rouse him up? So somebody has to rouse up Judah. Who's gonna rouse up Judah? Yahweh Shai is gonna rouse up Judah. Judah is going to be roused up. They're gonna get back into that spirit, and they're gonna be even more roused up than that. Kwam means to rise. You know how we always say at the end, Kwam Yasharallah, right? Says to arise, stand, rise up, stand up. You know, to arise, hostile sense. Yeah, Jake is gonna get real hostile towards you Edomites in the times to come. Esau's hostile towards Jake, you know, but guess what? Jake is gonna get real hostile towards you Edomites. And trust me, when Jake starts to get serious, Esau's gonna be in fear. That's why Isaiah 19 says what it says. Esau's going to be in fear, bro. You see the spirit that them Jakes was in. That Jake said. He said what he had to say, and he said, "And you don't say nothing to me no more." And this is a young Jake. Let me play this again, man. Not the full part, but I want to play when that young Jake came.
Go ahead, son.
As I was going back to see, he pointed out for me I could go back when I want to. Go back to where? Huh? Go anywhere
Sir,
you
could you
want.
stand up? We can't hear you. Could you stand up over there by the microphone?
You mean to Africa? Do you mean to Africa? Do you mean to Africa? We are not Africans no more. You have raped our great-grandmothers and stuff and changed us. Let me finish. And gave us a name as a Negro. I am not a Negro. A Negro is a person with a slave at the man. I just want to tell you that. And don't say nothing else to me.
Sir?
And he said, "Don't say nothing else to me," pointing at Esau. So Jake was in a rowdy spirit, and he said, and the next one said, "I'm for violence." that's what he said. That's what Jake. So Jake was in a totally different spirit back then, man. You Jakes have been completely pacified. You know what? I want to look up that word pacified. Let's look up this word pacified. Okay. Pacified. Meaning. Yeah, let's look up the word, because you Jakes have been pacified. Let's look up the word pacified. What bring peace to, right, a country or warring factions, right? You were in that warlike spirit towards Esau, right? It says especially by the use or threatened use of military force. So you were in a spirit of getting ready to fight, to war against Esau, and now you're in a spirit of peace. Some of the similar words are place, appease. You know how the scriptures speak about certain sacrifices and judgments appease the wrath of the Most High. Well, you Jakes have been appeased by jobs. You've been appeased by jobs. You've been appeased by technology, the telephone, you know, by McDonald's. You've been appeased by these different things that Esau has created. You know, the false doctrine that the church teaches. This is why Jake is done with the church, man. They figure that it's full of lies, and it's there to make Jake weak, especially the Jake man. Okay, the Jake man. When you deal with a Christian Jake Israelite man, that's got to be the weakest man on the earth, specifically the black Christians. My goodness, are they weak? Right. So this word for pacify goes to the Latin word pax, which means peace. Right. Esau saw that you were in a war type spirit, ready for violence, and Esau wanted to bring you into a peaceful spirit. He wanted to pacify you. And now the average Jake is in a pacified state. You're comfortable in Babylon. Okay? Jake wasn't comfortable back then. You know? Now Jake is comfortable in Babylon. Well, those comforts are about to be removed again. Okay? This is Isaiah 19. And that cruel, I should even read this part, man, because that cruel Lord is here, man. You know, this is Isaiah 19:2. It says, and I will set the Egyptians against the Egyptians. Right? That's going to be those civil wars. And they shall fight everyone against his brother and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. And the spirit of Egypt shall fail in the midst thereof, and I will destroy all the counsel thereof. And they shall seek to the idols, and to the charmers, and to them that have familiar spirits, and to the wizards. Right? So there's going to be absolutely no hope in America. Okay? No comfort in America at all. Right? So you Jakes are going to get out of that comfortable spirit. And the Egyptians will I give over to the hand of a cruel Lord. And we believe that that guy Donald Trump is that cruel Lord, man. You know, he's coming in that spirit, man. And a fierce king shall rule over them, saith the Lord. And Yahweh of hosts, right? Let's go down. And it says, I'll start at verse 16. It says, in that day shall Egypt be like unto women, and it shall be afraid and fear because of the shaking of the hand of Yahweh of hosts, which he shaketh over it. And the land of Judah, right? Judah shall be a terror unto Egypt. Everyone that maketh mention thereof shall be afraid in himself, because of the counsel of Yahweh of hosts, which he hath determined against it. Hey, man. Hey, the Heavenly Father, man, he does things in stages, you know? So he had Judah in that rowdy spirit, you know, in the 60s, you know, I guess the 50s and 60s. And then, you know, you had the truth that came on the scene through Elder Alba Bivens, which came in 69 going into 70s. And at that time, Jake was pacified. You know? Jake was somewhat pacified. And then now to today, where the truth is fully worldwide, you know, Esau allows Jake to have his platforms and whatever the case may be. But then you have the truth, you know, and the elect is being waken up. But guess what? The Lord is going to bring Judah back into this spirit. All right? Because those comforts that Esau gave you, that's about to be gone out the window. And he's going to show you his hate for you. You know? So, which they're showing you that now. But anyways, Lord willing, this is edifying to the elect. And I'll give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh, by Hashem, Yahweh Shai, by Hashem, Dash. Double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Salutations. Much love and respect to you, Akim, out there pushing this word out in truth and sincerity. I'll say shalom.